I like the thumbnail. My tribute to the greatest of all times. As he refers to himself, he doesn't know the proper English. It's the greatest of all time is what you would say, the goat. And in my mind, there is none because you know you take away like when you see like the goat. I mean, you're taking away from everybody else. There is no like who's the greatest comedian of all time. It's all subjective. I mean, taking away what you say, there's one that's better than all them other ones. The argument, the Lee Haney, the Ronnie Coleman, he's the Arnold because he's the most popular, but he's fucking because he's an actor. It's the only reason why. They wouldn't. He would be nobody. If he wasn't an actor, he wouldn't have been nobody. How many people know, like you say, Frank Zane? It's kind of warm. I'm surprised. I mean, I don't know if by any means, but it's like it's been a little warm. I mean, it just rained, so you'd think it would be cool outside, but I got my door open. But no, almost like took my shirt off, but I don't want to get. I don't have an ego. I'm not one of those kind of guys. I never did a bodybuilding competition or anything like that. No, I just loved the idea of pushing your body to the absolute limits and getting the rewards from it. Like feeling like you're not like amongst the normals. When you walk around. Of course, people take it to the extreme with the steroids and shit like that. Want to look like a superhero, comic book character, but as we all know, though, that's not real. I mean, not to say not natural, but when I mean not real, it's an artist drawing. Like it's not real. So it's anabolics and they blow up. I mean, I walked by this guy. Um, I'm not again. I don't like to compare my. I mean, I'm not bad. Walk around. I'm almost like 175. I'm pretty solid. And this guy, like his traps were like almost as wide as my shoulders. I mean, it was ridiculous. Um, but he wasn't like it wasn't like real pleasing. I looked at his body. Like I don't think he really had any legs either. It's like it's kind of weird. Like there's this dude I walked by before. I live, as I mentioned, I'm in West Hollywood, and nothing against the homosexuals or anything like that, but these little dogs, and this guy had these bowling ball shoulders. I mean, he really didn't have huge arms, but he had these bowling ball shoulders and a pretty thick back, no legs whatsoever. And he's with these short, I'm walking by, he's talking with this woman, and I know that's just gear. However, and it's weird. Like I don't understand. If he's sight injecting, if he's shooting in, whatever, taking, why is it those areas blow up? And then no legs, like nothing. It's like weird. Like to have like no. Your arms are supposed to be proportionate to your, or bigger, whatever. Then you can't. It's like weird just having lumps. A couple lumps somewhere. Um, guys are, at the gym, they think, I see these guys that are kind of, I wouldn't call skinny, but they're just like, they're not big and they're always doing arms. You think, oh, I'm gonna get my, and he says, dude, let me tell you something. Look at any dude that's got really well developed arms. They also have a fucking, for the most part, that means they got some weight on them. Their chest cavity is full. Their shoulders are big. They're not like, like small body, small legs, and big arms. It doesn't work that way. Now, a guy like John Cena, even him, his arms are, really fucking huge for his size. But still, he's not a twerp. Like his whole frame. I mean, it's fucking. He's pretty fucking big, but he does have abnormally large arms for somebody that's 240. I remember I should say, I've seen guys that are, but that's from one of the nicest guys I ever met ever. Um, so let's talk. Let me get out what happened last night, Sunday, not at least the fucking, So, my usual route, I would talk about, I'd go around and I would try to, here, I got the, tea with the special ingredient. Um, with the special, I usually do my same walk circuit. And you know what I said? I said, God damn, like it hasn't. It's not. You're not gonna meet any women. It's like it's just it's just really really hard. I listened to this guy on YouTube, Tay Social. It's like a black kind of like a. It's got like LeBron, and he's always hooking up with white chicks. I'm not knocking that or anything like that, but he goes, well, I'm not a pickup artist, but what I do is I go right in there. I go right in there, and I just try to meet the women. I don't think. I just jump right in. I jump right in. So you know, I'm not again. And I know he's in LA. And I says, well, you could take my class. You could learn you out and show you how to do it. And I says, dude, I wrote a comment and I said, man, let me tell you something. I've been in and out of this for over 25 years, trying to do street game pickup, trying to meet women, trying to fucking do whatever. Not RSD is what it is. I don't care if it's during the day because um, both those elements have their advantages and drawbacks. Come on, at night, I'll so like maybe it'll be a little more social, whatever, like that. Okay, so maybe your chance to try to meet women, try to talk. Now, what about during the day? Okay, well, the fear that they're not as afraid because the sun is out. Can see what you look like. You're not. But the drawback is people are generally have some place to go. They have shit. Excuse me, shit that they got to do, and it's like even if they say, "Oh, let me get your card, let me get your number," or something like that. Yeah, how many times I've given my women my card? How many times more I've given out the cards, but then I've got the phone. It just never works. It never fucking works because if you go back and you listen to any of my earlier episodes, I said for them to allow something in, they have to take something out. That's very, very difficult. Very difficult. This is a very high end area. Los Angeles in general. I don't know. Again, I know Los Angeles is huge. It encompasses so much, but again, I'm talking about the upper echelon area, like, the Hollywood Hills, Hollywood West, Beverly Hills area. Like, I've done this my whole life. So, I know pretty much how people think and what they do. Now, I'm not saying there's not people out there that fit. They're a little different. They're a little more conscious, possibly. Sorry, I'm sitting on lots of stuff here because oh my, I was having some leg issues, so I'm trying to get more comfortable. Um, but I'm feeling a little better today. Um, so hey, it's time, it's age, man. I'm going to be 48 years old. I don't hide it, and the analogy, of you know, I don't, you could be in great shape, like visually, whatever, it doesn't matter, like um, you're gonna get old, and I felt out, but I really pushed myself with everything, so there's a price to pay for that, and it's frustrating when a woman that's like pretty decent at that piggy place on Sunset, she goes, "What's your spiel?" She says it like that with like kind of a negative tone connotation, a lot of shit, and whatever it was that I accomplished, I'm really hard on myself about it because I didn't say it was very much. I'm not saying it was very much. I've had people bag on me about saying you didn't make nothing, but to me it was something. Um, it's a big deal, man. I don't play anymore. I don't care. Maybe just for a little fun, but some serious fucking dudes. They take that shit real seriously. These rating points and if there's money involved, my God, they can cheat, they can do lots of shit. or they're just brutally good. Um, that's just, you know, I was lucky, you know, to make it to professional baseball very briefly in the minor leagues. Signed a professional contract, even though it was for 1 day. But it took me everything I had to get that. You know, it was fucking, it was my ultimate dream. And I remember at a bar one time, this guy goes, "Well, I played 1 day for like the Reds or whatever, so your contract means nothing." I go, "You know what? You could try to belittle my thing is nothing, but to me, it was everything. It was everything. You know, it's no. I've had people like they tell me they give me comps, they give me props on it. That's cool too, but you know, our society does not. You know, it's like it just seems like if you got money and you got fame and you got power, you call the shots. You know, like you. And what happened? I mentioned on Saturday night at the Piggy, that dude that he didn't cock block me or anything, but he kind of like weaseled his way into where, I mean, the women I was talking to, I was working on my communication skills, and he kind of weaseled his way in, and he put his hand out like, "What am I going to do?" The woman that I liked was right behind him sitting, and he tried to introduce himself nicely. So I said, "Yeah." I made sure and said my, you know, my name and my street dance name of the dance show that I was on, and the woman heard. She didn't hear my name, but she heard the show, and she didn't say like, "Oh, you were on that," but she overheard. And it's the same woman that goes, "What's your spiel? Isn't it obvious? If I said I was on So You Think You Can Dance, are you a fucking idiot? I mean, what do you think?" You know, I didn't say it like that and come off like that, but it just shows you the stupidity of people. Like, sweetheart, I was dancing on stage, dancing and doing, you know, the competitions when you were in fucking diapers. You know, and you're gonna tell me what's my spiel? Who the fuck are you? Like, what's your spiel? What are you asking me? Like, it's just because you got a decent rack, you know, you think that, you know, it's like you're so far above every guy, you know. And I didn't want to say all that because then, you know, security guys right there, all gonna gang up on me. Hey, you just, you know, yeah, you got a problem, man. You got a real problem. But you're gonna fucking, you know. And they got music going on upstairs. Is it, well, why don't you just, because the fat woman that was next to her, the mother hen, I know, I'm not saying I have a crystal ball and I know the future, but here's what happens. You try to pull the good one away and the other one goes, "No, you're breaking up the group. Oh, no, we're friends, we all go together." So the one that is jealous, it's very, you can't pull it away. Now I don't know what the fuck happened. It's a combination. It's mostly COVID is what happened over the past couple of years. People would go out. Look, I wasn't getting all you can eat years even before COVID. I've always had a hard time with pickup, always, because I experimented. I experimented with, okay, try this, try that, try that. I've had guys want to kick my ass. I've had guys want to do it. I've had it all. I've had it all because I've tried it all. I've tried it all. Okay. And the end result is that you are up against what's called social conditioning. That, you know, look, people think a certain way, they act a certain way, they do a certain way, they don't really stick their necks out there, they don't take chances, don't, they go there with their friends, they leave there with their friends. You know, is it possible this guy, this Tay Social, shows you some miracles and stuff like that he does, you know, but there's a lot of shit that he's not telling you. Because let me tell you, man, I've lived it. I've been alive twice as long as that guy, and I've gone out there and I've tried everything possible. It's not that easy. Maybe is what he likes. You know, he's doing volume where he's talking to tons and tons and taking whatever he can get. I'm not like that. You know, I'm very. I like what I like. What I like is very. You know, generally they know they have high value, they have high currency, and if they're not taken, they're, you know, they're looking for, you know, a lot. Now there are miracles out there, not every one, but I'm just telling you from my life experience of going out during the day, not just bars, nightclubs, and restaurants, but doesn't matter, like just on the streets and the market, whatever. I've seen it. I've gotten it just about the same type of linear robotic type women interaction and the same type of response. And it's not what I'm saying. It's like, just if they're young, they're kind of pompous, they know they're good looking, they're not going to give you. They say they're going to call you, they don't. You know, I mean, I've had this. I'm almost 50 years old. You know, I'm not making this up. You know, so I hate to tell you the reality, but that's been my reality. I mean, that's just what it is. Thank you for the like, by the way. Anyway, okay, so here's what I want to talk. I want to talk about Sunday, Sunday not. So my route, instead of walking that I did around, the West Hollywood thing, I went up. I went by the Piggy, again. And I said, well, there's no music. No, like, why the hell? I said, you know what? Let me just go up there, stand up there for 5 minutes, whatever, and then walk, or because at least if there's some straight women, it's a little different than being around the center with all the gays. Like it's just there could be a lot of people, but it's like on the Isle of Lesbos. If that really existed, imagine that would be purgatory, be in hell. You'd be surrounded by all these women, and none of them want you because they're all lesbians. They're not interested in cock. So, you would be in a hell, in a purgatory, around all these women. And now, with West Hollywood, in the middle of the place like Mickey's, the Abbey, or whatever like that. There's a and if there's any straight women, there that it's kind of like a spinning tornado. I'm trying to talk to the women guys. What they do is they interpose, or they pull the women away, so they're not there to help you. Like, it's just been my experience that easy. Okay, you don't understand when you're a lone wolf. I wrote this on the comment thing. When you're a lone wolf, dude, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it is a real difficult. They consider kind of you. What you're doing is you're upsetting the delicate balance of what they're used to, and they know like your underlying agenda. They're not stupid. People are not stupid. Very difficult. It's almost a waste of time because I've done that kind of shit before. Look, man, I've done the, like the befriend the group thing. Then they took me with them. I remember somebody they lived in like Cahuenga Pass. There's like the Barham condominiums. I went, and this one chick I was really interested in, and at the end of the night, it didn't matter. They drove us all. You, I'm just telling you, lone wolf. It's just really. Oh, that's just my experience. Okay, Sunday not. So I go back up there, and that security guy's not working up there, and there's no DJ upstairs, no music, right? And there's more people in there on Sunday night inside Piggy on Saturday night. I can't believe it, right? And I'm listening to there's music playing on the inside, like I guess they have the whatever, the they don't have a jukebox or whatever. It's fucking shit that I would get down to, like this funk kind of tight music, but it's not really loud. It's like woman security guard. Yeah, I said this is the fucking kind of music I like. So outside there was really nobody on the patio except, and there's this guy. I want to mention him in a second. There's this dude, and I every time I go up there, he just stands out there drinking a beer, and smoking a cigarette, and kind of looks like a disheveled. I don't know. I had a friend that passed away. His name was Jeff. God rest his soul. He died before 50. He basically drank himself to death, by just beer. But I think he did some hard. My friend Ruben, he walked out of the bathroom, basically collapsed and bled to death. It was really. Uh, this guy looks like him, right? And basically just kind of like, got scraggly kind of hair, and, dirt and a fucking beard, kind of like, and he's older than you. I told him like that. He was like shocked. You remember? I said, he said he's 46. What are you, 30 something? And I said, dude, I'm almost 50. He was like shocked. He couldn't believe it. He goes, well, you look great, man. I said, well, I stopped drinking 3 years ago. And so my point about that guy, he reminds me of me, is what I was. I was like just a bar hang around is what I was. I go to this place in the valley, this Pat's Cocktail, a sipper. I drink slow. On the weekends, I'd have the music. I dance a little bit. I thought that You know, I was like, I got nothing. Why not? I got no to go, nothing. So I might as well just hang out in the bar. And it just never did. It never did. Anytime something good came in, there was somebody else or other guys were on it right away. And I go back and listen to. I had the hots for the manager that blew up in my face. That never worked out. So I saw that guy. That guy really kind of reminded me of me, just like a bar loser. You know, you just sit, you know, and you can just tell, like, you know, I mean, at least keep yourself in first class condition, you know. But it doesn't easy. Look, man, that's easier said than done. Yeah, you're gonna put toxins in your body, smoking and drinking, and keep yourself like wear real nice clothes. I mean, there's people that do that, but this guy's not one of them. But anyway, like I see that guy, and I don't bother really talking to him. Like, know, it's just I saw kind of like what I was like, and I stopped drinking 2 and 3/4 years ago. Like 2 years and 8 months. 2 years. I got about 2 years and 8 months, and you know, happy about it. You know what I mean? It's I'm not tempted to do it because my thing is I know what it does. I'm one of those guys that you know I can drink every night. You know, a little here, a little there. I go out. Oh, yeah, let me get some social. You know, just keep going, and it just doesn't wind up good because you could tell like by my like even though I'm curbing my combative nature, which really hasn't gotten me much. Um, it's like just putting fuel on the fire. You know, I mean, not all the time, but you know, if you've got energy in life and you're just sitting in a bar drinking and wasting away, then what are you doing? You're not you spending any energy. You're not fucking doing anything. So it's like, why? You know that. You know that's my problem. Is like I'm too compulsive that way. I was the same way with gambling too. Like you know, trying to figure out a way to beat Pai Gow poker. You know, everything. Trying to play, you know, Hold'em and trying to make money consistently. So you know, all that shit just never worked. It all for me. It didn't work for me. So I had to give all that shit up. Um, I rather invest it in myself. I rather take all that money, buy good supplements, work out, and have something to show for it. But I will tell you something. Building a body is not necessarily building a life. I will tell you this. Um, but it's better than giving it to the casino. It's better than smoking it away. It's better than weed, drugs, cigarettes. Strong, but you know you look good. You got a physique. You know, like you're just not a normal fucking person. Um, and I mean, you know, you could be a normal looking Bill Gates. You know, come on, you got all that money. You know, that's what he did with his mind. That's important. You know, it changed the whole dynamic of the world. I mean, that's pretty impressive. So you don't have to be, you know, bodybuilder to have tremendous influence. But you know, my point about something, you should be able to develop it to its fullest potential, whatever it is, whether it be your mind, you know, like figuring out what it is, and drinking fucking in a bar, wasting hoping to meet a woman in there that ain't gonna fucking fulfill. That's not gonna fulfill any potential. It's not. I only can speak from years and years of experience because I would go to the frolic room. I look, man, I did this shit night after night, a year, week after week, month after month, year after year. I did it all, and it all did not amount to anything. So that is the end of that. So I'm up there, and then I see that guy, and then I see like these two chicks. I guess they work at the Pink Taco, you know, and they were looking at me. They were giving this guy, they really. And I looked at them, and I mean, I hate to say this, I'm so superficial when it comes to, you know, it's like you either meet my visual standards or you don't, and they didn't. They were not even close. So mine is like, if you're successful, take me, like fucking take me away from fucking being a waitress. Like give me a life, give me a, you know, there's the houses in the hills right there. You know, like take me out of this thing. I want a good life. I'm young. You know, like I want to make money. I want an easy life kind of thing. And and it's like I'm not your guy for that. Number one, I'm not in a financial position to give you that type of a life. And number two, you are not quality. I hate saying that, but it's just you're just not what I'm visually. But there are plenty of guys that have money that those women are good enough for. It's just not me. So what can you do? Like different strokes for different folks. Like see this chick in a couple hours, um, like a professional masseuse, if you know what I mean. And what I do is, she's in my bullpen. I have like two women bullpens. Like, I call them when, if they're available, if I like to have a little bit of fun, like because it's very, very difficult for me to get what I like. Now, I can just go to the massage. I mean, there's a massage place, all these massage places around. It's like, but I don't like that stuff. I don't like potluck where you go in the room and then whatever comes in there, where you could send them out. I've done that a couple of times, and you see the whole rotation. They're all women. I don't like potluck. I like to see the women I like. I like to choose, and I generally like to see them without going into one of those places. I like to meet them, at a market, at a bar, or something like that. They don't have to be massage women. The best is free. I mean, that's the ideal thing. To get the kind of women I like that like you for you. That's the ideal. But everything costs money, my friend. And I mean, a lot of those women, they put a lot of money into their looks. That's how they make their money, one way or the other. Think about this now. Let's be real for a second before I'm done. What's the difference in a high class hoe, a woman that just let's say $1,500 of her session, whatever like that, and then your normal, quote unquote, normal working girl. Not what working girl. I mean, like let's say a woman that works like in PR or something like that. That's got a good body too. Something. She's not like a whore or whatever like that. What's the difference? Well, the difference is one woman is charging you, and taking your money, and the other one isn't. Is that necessarily the case? I say no, because I say you pay one way or the other. Now, I didn't create that. Everybody knows, look, I mean, like, that works in office, whatever, like that. How do you know? She finds out you have a house and kind of likes you, might sincerely like you. But then a couple years later, you get married and you have a kid. And then she goes, you know what? I don't need to be around this guy. I'll take half of what he has and I'll take the baby. If I don't get the baby, I still take half of what he has. So what's the difference? You're paying one woman $1,500 or whatever, let's say $500. It doesn't matter. Do you understand? So it's almost the same thing in that regards, in those two examples I give you. Not every of those examples are the same. Not every woman is going to divorce, but statistics are 66%, two-thirds in Southern California. What does it show you? It doesn't work for whatever reason. It doesn't matter. Actually, number one cause of divorce, I say, is money. So it does matter. So my point is that you're getting taken to the cleaners in that regards either way. So what do you do? Well, I decided I don't believe in the marriage. I don't believe in any of that shit unless it benefits me. I don't see that happening. Kids, I don't believe in pets. I don't believe in marriage. I believe in just my own. Go whatever I want, do whatever I want, and enjoy this. Invest in myself. And not worry about anybody or anything. That's me. That's me. I'll be able to lift weights whenever I want. Eat whenever I want. Go to bed when I want. Get up when I want, and not have to worry about kids, pets, women. I don't want to worry about any of that shit. And that's it. That's how I think. I mean, it's me. It's me. It's me. So it doesn't work for everybody. Now it comes with a price. You get lonely. Really, not really. I used to, but then I started to. This is the way the world works. There's people I have friends, people I can talk to that I relate with. That if they're not my age, they might be younger. They might be a little, and they're just not bothering me. So I focus, on myself. I know the gym's open. I go 5. They open till 11 at night during the week. So it gives me something to really focus on. I think that the body can take a tremendous amount of punishment, a tremendous amount of work. So to me, like you could be doing every day, even twice a day. You could be doing some sort of working out. You know, muscles that recover really fast. They can be hammered right. Right again. So I think the problem is that, I mean, think about well, let me finish that statement. Most people, they just don't work out enough, because along with this narrative, oh no, I don't overtrain. Yeah, well, go to the gym 50 times in 40 days and then talk to me. It's still not gonna fucking do that. Um, Look how many food places there are out there on every corner in the restaurant. So my point is that most people eat too much and they don't move enough. They don't exercise enough. I mean, walking is great. Most people don't even fucking walk. They don't walk a mile a day. I walk miles. Come on, let's do the logic real quick. If you're sitting in your car, you're not moving. When you're sleeping, you're not moving. If you're sitting in an office, you're not moving. So it's bad. It's a recipe for problems. Body in motion tends to stay in motion. We're too old already. I look at Jack LaLanne, who's like 80 years old in the fucking in the what was it, San Francisco Bay. It's a problem. Like most people go to doctors. Doctors are good at giving fixing, telling you, diagnosing. They're not really like people that understand, like a generic kind of thing. Thinking my friend is, he goes to see a doctor, 3 pound weights to work out with. 3 pounds. What are you fucking at? I told him, Ari, go to the fucking gym, man. Move, you gotta move around. And he just doesn't care. And every fucking time, he goes to all these health problems that are created from him not being in good shape. Now I'm not saying my problem is I go a little too hard. You don't have to be like David Goggins. Okay, that's an extreme version. But let me tell you something. Like, if you could be 10% of that guy, 10%, instead of running 120 miles in the desert, try walking like 3 miles a day. Like whatever. Like it's huge. It's huge. The blood circulating, everything. You got to keep everything going, because if you don't, you're gonna age a lot faster. Like I told you about that guy. He's younger than me, and he's all. I mean, look. We all go eventually. I know, but it's good to get some, as you get older, get some decent mileage. While you're still alive. You can still be 50 years old and like falling apart and enough. Jack Lane example is another is a good example. Guys like a Bill, he's like 61. He's a damn hell as he gets the world was up. You structured your life the wrong way then. Like if I don't have time. I said, you have time. Mindless entertainment. There's nothing there. So instead, you got to give. Remember, I said everything else in. I don't watch any of this shit. And it's not plugged in. It's not plugged in. I could turn around the camera and show you, but it doesn't matter. It's not plugged in and it's not hooked up. I only have so much time, and my time is my fitness, eBay business, collectibles, and working on my doctor degree. Just enjoying my life and not think about any of this stuff, and that's it. So, and I'm not saying I'm perfect by any means. I'm continually always working on myself, trying to better myself as a person, become smarter, lost their voting, and just don't go along with the narrative. I don't believe in it. You know, it's not fucking. It's not. That's not what's in there. But I will tell you that there's something in that vaccine which will basically bring down the. You know, that was the whole idea. Being ridiculous. It's going. There's only so many resources, and there's so many people that and that's the problem. Make that up. Look at the world of meters. Look how many people are on the planet. Like the planet can only sustain because they have the coronavirus. It was created to uh, to stop the population. It's the only way. And if something in there, that was the whole idea behind. And I don't believe in procreating. But, boy, I feel sad for the young generation too. That woman that said that to me, Saturday fucking night, what's your shtick? She goes to me, fucking DJ playing music upstairs. What a fucking moron. It's like, even people just don't go out and dance like they used to. And I go, dude, yeah, I'm 40, gonna be 48. They're all on this boulevard on a fucking Saturday night, not Sunday night, Saturday night. And the fucking really single people it used to be. And that's what it is. It changes. And I know it's gonna go by so quick. And now I'm gonna be 48. There was nothing I could do. There was like a handful. You control. You hold all the cards. They can have fucking guys that cock block you, that fucking box you out. That is not in my head. With you, they want to make money off you, train you with some, but they don't understand. And they're trying to train guys that have social like awkwardness, that they can't do. They're too shy, or they're problem. The problem is the ones that I like, boils